It's okay. You like to put your butt on people. Hi.
It's like there's so many people here today.
You're so smiley. You're so smiley. Hi.
Right there. And right here too. Yeah, right here too.
We're not going to get much work done today.
Thank you for bringing my daughter today.
Oh yeah.
He's a happy boy.
That's exactly the face we were trying to achieve. I get to contribute to mine and the lives of people I love in unique ways. And so that's being true. Is this dog in this business, wearing this outfit, having great coffee, gonna have a value determination with my team kind of Friday proof?
One of the rocks I have going on right now is the invoice email error on this computer. I can't seem to fix it. Before yesterday, she was getting errors. I resolved those errors, but it's still slow.
Oh, slow, but functioning now, just not functioning well. Well, we can reboot the servers if she wants. I don't want to either.
Other than that, I'm good. Alright, let's get started. What time was the determination meeting at?
Like 11 or something?
VD?
Okay. Yeah.
10:30.
10:30? Okay, so you have 2 hours. Let's get stuff done.
Okay, today we're talking about values. Values are a principle that I've learned from John Demartini. This is
Try not to hang out on that side because you're right in front of that camera.
This is the operating framework by which I interpret and govern this place. And this is a tool that I am intentionally applying to be able to more congruently direct and align you guys with what I'm able to come up with in terms of work and roles and responsibilities. This is how I see people as being able to become most effective and fulfilled in whatever it is they're trying to do in life. So, biologically speaking, in our midbrain, we have a prioritized set of decision-making criteria. This is what John calls a hierarchy of values. It could be called a hierarchy of priorities. These are the items in order that if we were to choose in a binary fashion, what we'd like to receive or what we'd like to avoid, we're assessing those criteria against this hierarchy of priorities. We are an antenna with the ability to receive input and broadcast output, right? In this way, we have an influence on the world, and we have an attention of the world. Our attention and our ability to receive an input from the universe is a limited scope of what actually exists. But anything that we consciously associate with bringing us life, pleasure, benefit, food, prey, we will automatically move towards. And anything we think will cause us pain or discomfort or death, we're automatically going to avoid. It's built into us. It's the survival component. This was called in the scientific community the predator-prey cycle. This is essentially the concept behind Darwinian evolution. Is entirely built on the premise that organisms learn on the basis of avoiding pain and seeking pleasure. So the prefrontal cortex is interested in the fulfillment of the organism. Fulfillment implying a higher calling or a pursuit of meaning beyond pleasure-prey cycle. So this is where the human condition has the influence of a mission, or what the Greeks would call a telos, which stands for the end in mind. This mission is where we as a human organism will endure automatically pleasure and pain equally in pursuit of it. And the easiest example here is children, right? You have children. Did they come with pleasure and pain?
Oh yeah.
You have children, pleasure and pain, but for whatever reason you don't fucking abandon them,
That's right.
right? And there's been times where you literally are thinking, I want to fucking murder you, right? But you don't murder them because the fulfillment shit turns on, right? However, there are things in our lives we will not endure pain for, right? Like I don't have any fucking groceries, right? I don't change my own oil. There's things you don't do. There's things you actively avoid in life. There's things you will not, absolutely not, in a black and white and very fundamental way, not engage in, not do, purely want to avoid, right? And so that helps us to delineate which part of our mind is engaged, which reveals to us where exactly we're attempting to operate on this hierarchy of values. Because the difference between your higher-minded responses and your lower-minded responses is in how your mind, your conscious, aware mind, is attempting to live life against this built-in, ontologically derived hierarchy that you don't have direct influence over, that already exists and is demonstrated automatically through your behavior. So you automatically filter your reality based on what your mind automatically calculates for you will bring you the greatest reward versus risk. Meaning, someone who truly doesn't have a mind that computates wealth building opportunities as important and meaningful, truly doesn't computate that, will stand in the same room in front of the same opportunity and one of them will miss it. You know what I'm talking about? There's been that time where you're like, I want to change my life in this way, but I keep fucking it up. I just didn't see the opportunity. It was right there in front of me. Someone comes along and they says, well, dipshit, here it is right here, right? And your response is like, what? Where did that come from? So what that means then is that all of the results, the facts about your life right now, the current nature of your reality, is the byproduct of having all of the data available to you in the universe being filtered by this hierarchy and then basically output through your actions, which you thought you were in control of, right? Because all human beings are like, well, I'm in control of my own behavior. Arguably not. Arguably, we are just a byproduct of our perceptions.
So it is to say that this list is what makes me, me, and you, and that's what makes us different in experiencing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to automatically, according to my values, label what supports my values as pleasureful and good. So if you come and talk to me and you're like, Alexander, I've got something that's going to help your business, I'm going to be like, fucking awesome, right? You're supporting my values. But if you come to me and you're like, hey, I found this new and innovative way for you to change the oil in your car, I'm going to be like, what the fuck? I don't care, right? Like, in fact, I'm like, get that away from me. Like, don't even give me that information. I don't want it. The minute that there's something beyond us, in terms of a cause, human beings are willing to endure pain. And so these are the centers where fulfillment emerges. These are the centers where leadership emerges. These are the centers where you have the greatest access to your genius, your leadership, your potential, surprisingly enough, right? This is where you have the greatest attention and awareness. You have the ability to endure and be persistent. All of these things emerge automatically here. You don't have to work for them. You're automatically persistent. Can you see I'm automatically persistent in this business? I have to force myself to be persistent. So all of those functions, stable conditions, not stable in experience, stable in mind, are the byproduct of taking your conscious mind, the small part of you that's sitting in the spaceship of your body, and giving yourself permission to stop trying to change who you are in order to live your life. Moral of this whole story, to the degree that we can interpret and tell a story about our life in a way that our story is congruent with what our biological behavior is already expressing is important, we can free ourselves from judgment because we're no longer thinking we have to get rid of half ourselves to love ourselves, and then therefore we have permission to step into our power, do what is truly important and meaningful, and then grow. And to the degree that we do that and remain aligned with these priorities, then we automatically become leaders, express greater genius, have a greater sense of potential, have a greater sense of fulfillment, want to contribute more, And then the whole system of a business scales. Because the whole fucking point of Measurable Genius is to collect greater numbers of resources and put them to work. Towards what? Right? And that's why our mission is to unlock genius leadership and potential in the pursuit of something meaningful, because that's where we go out, find a client, figure out what their highest thing is, hook onto that, and then everything else works. If this whole hierarchy is governing you, and anytime you try to do shit that's less than like the top 4 things on the list, you end up essentially in a disempowered, reactive, and volatile emotional state, then the best thing we can do is figure out what this hierarchy is and then try to delegate everything that's below the top 4 things. So this is called a value determination. Okay, we're gonna ask 13 questions. We'll go through them one at a time. So you direct a conversation according to your values, automatically. I'm trying to record a video for my whole company and you're fucking it up, man. Everyone's gonna hear it on the recording and it's just gonna be you singing and I'm not even gonna be teaching. Okay? Are you having enough attention now? Almost. So what do you talk to others and direct conversation towards most frequently, automatically? Shh. Watch it.
Can you write "Thank you for watching Day of the Genius" number 5 on a new thing and give me an outro?
Number 5 or number 47?
Number 5.
AKA
Hey,
47.
What?
Season 1, episode 5.
See? This is exactly what I was talking about. What happened? This is why I didn't want to do that.
Well, I don't know why you're listening to me if you're more certain.
You mean?
I was more certain.
Well, why did you fucking bend to me then? You should have
You
just done
told
the
me
right
to
thing
do the
anyway.
thing.
The network decided to pick it up afterwards.
Okay.
Next week I'm going back to then one numbering system. Today I'm going back to one numbering system.
Nice. We embody
That
incremental
needs to be the
progress.
thumbnail.
I've got a better thumbnail actually.
Whatever.
Okay, I have an appointment. I gotta go now.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.